What's up, baby? Today's show is sponsored by Southern New Hampshire University. Yeah, we talking about proper preparation. We're talking about trying to be better at life. How can we improve, right? Whether we're talking about just as an individual, how do we improve if we're talking about in the job space? I mean, whether we're talking about just all the different ways to be prepared for the next step, for that next task. Southern New Hampshire University and some of these online degree programs that they are offering. Come on, baby. You can't beat this. And they have super competitive low tuition rates that are, like I said, going to prepare you for whatever your next steps might be as it pertains to your professional career. It's not too late. I mean, shoot, what you waiting on? I mean, you're watching me, but what you waiting on? Come on, man. You see the link right there, right? snhu.edu/Arthur Moats. Tap in and go out here and get a chance to prepare yourself for greatness. But now it's time for regularly scheduled programming. All right, Deke, what you got for us, man? What you got?
I like this question. Greg Yeager, if I'm Tee Higgins, am I signing with Pittsburgh?
I think there are things that make you want to sign, and there are things that potentially make you not want to sign. I'll let you go first, and then I'll get my answer to it. How you feel about it?
What could make you want to sign here? Tomlin. And money.
Cash money.
If our offer is
cash
the
money.
best one out there.
Everybody play for that dollar now. I see you, Deke.
But I do think, like, Tomlin's a part of it. Steelers organization's a part of it, too, where, let's say it's us versus the Patriots, and we're both offering the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Tomlin and Steelers organization always being in the mix could give us a leg up in this conversation.
Yeah.
I don't, because I want to bring up quarterback. I don't know if we have Justin Fields versus a Russ versus someone else that really moves Tee Higgins' needle, given that he was just playing with Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it may just come down to money and organization.
Yeah, to me, I kind of see it similar. Money is definitely number one. Man, you could want to play here all you want to. If that deal over there is for $5 million more, hey man, that dude's gonna be playing over there for $5 million more. But I do think if the variables are close from a money standpoint, Coach Tomlin is a big draw. For the players' perspective, Coach Tomlin is a guy that a lot of dudes in the National Football League want to play for because of how he's respected, because of how he's regarded amongst the guys that played. You know what I mean? Like, we all love this dude. We speak very highly of him, and that's why you hear the same messaging a lot of times from players in terms of their eagerness or desire to play for Coach Tomlin. So I think that would be a huge draw. I don't know, because I don't know Tee Higgins to know his preference of style of quarterback between the mobile versus the pocket guy. But based on Joe Burrow, that's more of the Russ style. Whereas we know, obviously, with Fields, that's a different style. And I don't think for him, he's looking at either one of those guys as a drop off in terms of them versus each other. I think if you're comparing either one of them to Joe Burrow, who he's been accustomed to, yeah, he's going to look at all of these guys with his nose up like, I got to go to that. But I think when you're bringing up a New England or you're bringing up some of these other potential teams that might be pursuing him, when he looks at the quarterback situation, maybe he feels a little bit more confident that if it is Fields or if it is Russ coming back, I have somebody that has at least made plays in the NFL. It's a guy that will be returning to the same system. So now is one less variable that could potentially get in my way as I'm trying to be successful here. And I think that those are going to be some of the bigger factors that he weighs outside of the money. But the money part is the most important thing when it comes to just hitting the open market. Because if he cared about quarterback to that extent, why are you leaving Joe Burrow? If you feel like this is your best offensive situation because you got a Jamar Chase over there to help keep you from getting double teamed all the time, you got a dude in Joe Burrow who's a bona fide top 5 quarterback, you're not finding a better offensive situation than that per se. You might want to prove that you can be the number one guy and stand alone, but you're not going into a better situation than this. So that's why I think the money part is going to be the biggest driving force. And then from there, those other variables I was talking about.
Yeah, the case against coming here, you kind of laid it out a little bit. If he's looking for numbers, offensive production, certainty on that side of the ball, then I don't know if we're the spot for that.
Yeah.
Not only if you talk about quarterback, but even offensive scheme.
Yeah,
offensive
the style
coordinator,
of it.
the guy that's calling the plays. You're going from Zach Taylor, who's coming from that McVay tree, has obviously proven that he could head coach at a decent level in the pros, but more offensive oriented, knows what he's doing there. To just kind of what we got going with Arthur Smith, and are we more smash mouth football run style? Are we gonna open it up more this upcoming season because of how this one ended? There's much more murkiness here with how we're gonna run this offense. We don't even know who the quarterback is right now.
Yeah.
It's all in what you value. But if, like you said, if one of his goals, one of his priorities is trying to prove to the league he can be that dude outside of Jamar Chase, then that's another point in our favor, I'd say. That's something that we can offer him. Yeah, I think even if we keep Pickens, that's something we could offer him.
Yeah, because you're right. Jamar Chase versus George Pickens are two totally different animals.
Higgins would be the one. The money would reflect that.
Absolutely. And T would be viewed as that guy, whereas we know regardless of what T does, he's always viewed as the number 2 guy.
It almost be like the Ravens bringing in Roquan Smith even when they had Patrick Quinn.
Yeah. We knew
what
who
that is.
The A was. Yeah. Yep. No, that's real. That's real.
So there's a chance. Yeah. You could also – I don't know what his vibes are with the Bengals right now. You can't be happy with how the situation went. So if you want to –
and you didn't win either. So, yeah.
Go to a division rival, almost like what Patrick Queen did here.
And he said he embraced being the villain. He embraced that bad guy, like, I'm going to go over there then. Yeah.
We're not out of it for Tee Higgins.
I would agree.
We're definitely not out of it. But depending on what his priorities are, we could be more on the lower end of the total.
Very true.
But also, depending on his priorities, we could be on the higher end.
Yeah.
There could be a big swing in where we rank on his list.
Because, I'm also thinking to myself, I'm like, do you treat free agency as business, or are you treating it still like as personal, meaning I don't want to go to anywhere in the division because y'all were viewed as the bad guys, nor do I want to be over there and have to play against my brothers. I was drafted in Cincinnati. This is the only guys I've known. This is like where I've been locked in.
I don't got beef against
the players. What I mean? Yeah,
it's
the organization. So I don't want to go over here, and now I got to go against you guys either. That's not cool. So I don't know which way he looks at that either.